ALG really saved me. I put all of my success on joining this group. People constantly checking in saved me.
I made so many friends with people that I've never met, but I feel incredibly close to, and I consider them family.
It really is a family. It is a place where you can just be yourself and there is no judgment. There is no shame. You are so welcome there.
Nobody has to be in this alone. Everybody is either going through or has gone through the same thing at one point.
Let's do this.
Welcome back to the ALG podcast. If you're listening to this on the day of drop, then happy Friday to you. Really quick at the top of the show, if you guys can 5-star rate and review the show, those 5-star rates and review go a long way, and we like to read them. Guys, really quick at the top of the show, both of us, David and I, are proud to say we have our first official sponsor of the podcast, Redcon One Supplements.
Bam, 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 bam.
Hip, hip, hooray.
We're sellouts. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's really cool. I did get to have a very intimate tour of the
Redcon that was
HQ.
So dope.
It was sick.
That looks so much fun.
It was dope. The Redcon gym alone, sick. Redcon headquarters, sicker.
Do they have a hack squat machine at the gym?
They have. Oh yeah.
I want to try their hack squat machine.
They have.
I love hack squats.
They have everything.
No,
it's nice. Yeah, but I like it because, well, unlike David, I don't go to a big box gym. I go to some would say a lifting gym.
Well, some would say that Planet Fitness isn't even a gym, but
no, yeah, I didn't want to go that far. But anyway, let's go back to what I was saying. We have our first official sponsor, Redcon One. Promo code, if you'd like to save 20% off your complete order, it is T20 JARPS, because they figured, how would we fuck with him the most? We'll give him the name that he hates the most. It's T20 JARPS.
JARPS. Yay.
Hip, hip, hooray. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time for the moment you've all been waiting for. I'm JR's Journey, and today I'm joined alongside
that was aggressive.
My partner in crime. It was a little aggressive, right?
That was impressive and aggressive at the same time.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I am joined alongside today my partner in crime, Fit_D-Rock, otherwise known as David Roden. I'm JR's Journey, John Arpino, and this is the Accountable Life Group. I feel like we need I think we need something there.
I know.
Podcast. I know we have the intro music, which I love to death. Shout out to Anthony. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I feel like after I do my intro, we need we need a board.
We need a board?
Yeah, Comic Anthony D has a board, dude. And
what's a board, dude?
No, a board and then comma dude. You're
dude.
Okay, I'm talking about a board.
Okay. Gotcha.
Anyway, was by Comic Anthony D's last week to record a podcast on Monday. And my man has a whole soundboard, like a whole radio show gimmick.
Yeah.
And it just makes me jealous. It makes me jealous for two reasons. Let me tell you why. It makes me jealous because, one, it's super cool and I don't have it. Two, I'm not that technology savvy to even purchase one. So I know that I'll be taking the money out of my ass and just dumping it in the toilet. But it'll look really dope. It'll look sick.
Well, if you just ask me, maybe I can figure it out.
All right, cool. We'll do that. We'll do that. Guys, today we're going to be talking about a bunch of different stuff. We're going to be bullshitting because that's what we do. We're going to go off on tangents because it happens. But the main meat and potatoes, if you will, of this podcast is going to be, David, tell them what it's going to be. Tell them what the people have won.
I'm going to talk right off of this because some people would demonize this right here, which is a sparkling water Kirkland. We are not in any way, shape, and form compensated for this.
No, if you want to shoot us an email.
These are quite delicious. And what I want to talk about is just different things within the weight loss, nutrition, fitness space that is demonized. I think it's a really important topic because it is fascinating how so many things are just demonized because some small sense of science came out, or someone's grandma once did this one time and it doesn't work. So I want to start it out with the demonization of synthetic sugars.
Well, they give you cancer, David.
They give you cancer. They make you fat.
Oh,
and
Alzheimer's.
cause Alzheimer's. And if it's synthetic, it's inherently bad.
Right.
So that's just the body doesn't know what to do with it. Now, this is where I sit with it. I kind of want to preface it from my angle because I actually don't 100% agree with the quote unquote science. Because like I've had some conversations.
You don't agree with science?
It's not that I don't agree with it. I just think it's too small. The different trials I've seen, they're always really small sample sizes. And so it's like, so I'm going off of personal quote unquote anecdotal experience versus what a large scale study would say. And different nutritionists that are really down the middle with things say like synthetic sugars aren't bad for you. And I agree, they're not bad for you. I look at when I was at my heaviest, I was drinking 15 to 20 Diet Cokes a day.
That's disgusting.
And I think it played a role into my hunger. Did it, again, was it the end all be all? No, of course not. But do I think it played a little bit into my hand of feeling more hungry because I was drinking 15 to 20 Diet Cokes a day? I think so. I really do. Now I'm not saying that like, this is the one thing I kind of convey with my dad says the same thing, which is sugar is the worst. Like sugary pops, sugary drinks is the worst. Then diet, then water. Water is the best. Ideally, it's a little bit better than the synthetic waters and sugars and stuff like this. It is way better than drinking a bunch of calories with 40 grams of sugar in it.
Right.
Now, some people would say it goes water, synthetic sugars, sugar and poppy stuff. Some people would put it like very close the other way. I put it a third of the way down. Like it's not awful for you. I think just be careful with constantly putting a bunch of synthetic sugars in everything you do. I think it's just tricking the brain too much into wanting everything sweet.
Right. And also like when we say that, like, if you have one coffee a day and you put Splenda or Sweet and Low or Equal in it, you could keep doing that.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
If you're having 35 cups of coffee a day and you're putting in like 3, 4, 5
scoops per cup of coffee of Splenda,
right? Then we need to have a conversation.
Yeah, let's it's always the class to me is moderation is key, but just the idea of like the demonization within some people of like synthetic sugar is just. It's cancer. It's like, oh, and it's causing you to be fat. See, no, overeating is causing you to be fat.
What's funny is I was never. All right, let me rephrase that because everyone harps on the like, oh, never. I more commonly have always chosen synthetic sugar. I almost said synthetic oil, synthetic sugars over regular sugars, but that's just my preference. And it's always been that way for me too. Yeah. And I was kind of raised that way. So like my grandfather, my mom's dad had diabetes, right? Okay. For forever. And just naturally in the house, there was always Sweet and Low, and my mom always took Sweet and Low in her coffee. She never took regular sugar in her coffee, and then on my dad's side of the family, my grandma didn't have sugar in her coffee, period. No synthetic, no nothing. So she would keep synthetic in the house for my mom when my parents were together. So like, Sweet and Low was just always around. So like I was a kid, I was putting, I hated Frosted Flakes, but if you bought Corn Flakes, I'd put like a packet or two of fucking Sweet and Low on top of it. And that was like a go-to breakfast. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I never did that. I'd get my sugar fix, but it wasn't through sugary drinks. I mean, Gatorades, which I'm going to demonize Gatorade. I'm sorry.
I want to demonize it too.
It's pop.
With a lot of salt too.
Gatorade is pop.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like I went golfing a couple days ago and it's like, I got a G2 and they were like, there was only one flavor G2. It's like, well, I'm going purple because I'm not going blue regular because that's like 45 grams of sugar and no thank you.
More than that, a shit ton of carbs.
Yeah,
a shit ton of sodium.
Just not.
But have you had the Gatorade Zeros?
Mm-mm.
Oh, they're good. 0 calorie, no sugar.
Interesting. Okay.
A laundry list of chemicals.
Because as we're demonizing, not demonizing chemicals.
Right. Yeah.
I just think going off of that stuff, it's like, I think it plays a role. Again, it's very off. It's very rare that it's one thing. It's like And so,
But now let me ask you this though. Do you think you can develop an addiction to synthetic sugars the same way you can sugar?
I would
Or
say,
is it a force of habit?
I think it's see, you know me, I'm back to the classic thing. Addiction is a strong word for me.
Right.
Where addiction, your body gets in a habit of liking things a certain way.
Absolutely.
Like, it's like addiction. When I say when the term addiction to me just means like the body literally has withdrawals, like alcohol.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if you have withdrawals. Your body really enjoys this, but does the body fight back when you don't have synthetic sugars? I don't know. I just don't know that. But I just like anything else, what happens is when you just hammer synthetic sugars or sugars altogether, it desensitizes the previous sweet things. Like, guess what? Apples should be sweet. Cherries should be sweet. But if you eat candy all day, apples probably don't taste very sweet to you.
No.
Because your body's so desensitized to that sugar.
Absolutely.
And now what it takes to get that same quote unquote high is higher. And that's the issue, in my opinion.
I like that.
But yeah. So is it in and of itself, is synthetic sugar bad? I think it just can put you on a slippery slope to habitually going over and always wanting something sweet and always wanting something sweet. And then it gets you that kick. That's my kind of take. And
what's another one that you can think of off the top of your head?
In the demonization?
Yeah.
This is actually on the opposite spectrum, but it is the over glorification of BCAAs.
I have great stories about that. Go ahead.
So yeah, I used to be up in arms with BCAAs. Like, oh yeah, BCAAs is the next greatest thing since sliced bread.
Absolutely.
And well, guess what? The reality is BCAAs, EAAs, all this kind of stuff is only necessary when you're in a massive caloric deficit and you can't get your protein from other means. That's where it's necessary. Like if you're on a super calorie cut and you don't think you can get your protein in and you want a very low caloric way of getting some extra protein, quote unquote protein, because what is BCAAs? Branched chain amino acids. It's the building blocks of protein. That's what it is. And so it is overly dramatized as this greatest thing since sliced bread. It's not going to hurt you, mind you. This is one of the things that's important too, though. You can drink BCAAs till the cows come home. It's not gonna hurt you in any way. The issue is people dump a lot of money into it, thinking it's somehow going to be their next steroid. Right. That's just not how it works.
Fun story. 500-pound JR starts his weight loss journey. Right. Finally gets into a real gym, finds a personal trainer.
Fitness.
No. And the first thing that I do before even meeting my personal trainer was I go to a supplement shop, right? And I walk in and I say, hi. And they say, what are you doing in here? No. So I say, hey, I'm starting, I want to lose weight. I just signed up with a personal trainer. Give me a cut and dry, thing of what I need right now. Right? Like, how do I start this? So gave me my whey isolate, gave me a shaker cup, gave me BCAAs, right? So I think I'm the coolest person since sliced bread. I got my BCAAs, I got my shaker cup, shake them. Drinking this shit like, I don't know, for like 2 weeks. And then I finally turn around to Steve and I'm like, is this worth it? And I'm like, I don't like the taste is okay, but like I got this film in my mouth afterward, and they're like fucking almost $30 a fucking jar. Like, is this worth it? And he goes, no. I was like, what do you mean no? He was like, you're in no way, shape, or form needing BCAAs right now.
No.
And I was like, all right. And that was the last time I ever used BCAA. I still have that original thing. It's
and I used to be so like, oh, BCAAs, EAAs, all this kind of shit. And it's just like,
as we just got sponsored by a supplement company, was shitting all over BCAAs.
No, again, there's other like protein shakes, different stuff. There are like, again, protein in and of itself is the necessary.
Right. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. But like the classic is somehow BCAAs is going to be the secret sauce that gains you that edge. It's just not. It's not.
Now,
true.
if you're listening to this and you're the person, because I know many people like this who are buying and using BCAAs because it helps you get your gallon down quicker.
Yeah, exactly. It tastes good. Sweet. Is it your Mio because it tastes good? Fantastic.
Absolutely.
It gives you your little water enhancement, kind of like cuss words is your speech enhancement. Sweet. But yeah, that's all. Actually, one that I'm very intrigued on what you think about this, because this just hit my head. And I think it's huge. One of the things in the weight loss, in the health space, that gets extremely demonized. I'm going to preface this. 90% of the time, it should be demonized.
10% of the time.
But 10% of the time, you can find ways to make it work. Fast food. Fast food in and of itself is not bad.
Yeah.
You can find ways to hit your macros, to hit your calorie counts, to hit your proteins through fast food. You can do it. I do Chick-fil-A. I do stuff all the time, make very unique choices to hit my macros, to hit my calories, all that kind of stuff, going to different places. With that being said, it's pretty difficult. You have to be willing to buy a burger, take off the buns, don't buy fries, do some interesting stuff to hit your macros, but you can do it. Yeah. But this idea that, like, if you eat fast food in and of itself, it's bad for you. You can convey the preservatives a little bit. Again, like, I don't know what 30 years of fluoride in the water does to you. I'm the same thing with preservatives. Like, should you have it for every meal every day? No. Can you still lose weight by having fast food once or twice or 3 times a week? Yes, you can. Like, have you seen the high school gym teacher lose like 40 pounds in 90 days only eating fast food?
Yes, I have seen that. I didn't watch it, but I've seen it.
You've heard of it. Yeah, it's the coolest thing in the world. Like, the guy teaches macros to his students, and the students then create a nutritional program only based around like McDonald's and all this stuff. And it's like, you're going to have this, this, and this. Okay, perfect. And he lost like 40 pounds in 90 days or something ridiculous just by doing that. And so, like, that always is interesting to me, was how demonizing fast food, which, again, it can be a trigger for people. It's easy to binge eat. It's easy to do these things, but in and of itself, it gets demonized.
Yeah. And also you have to, like, know what type of person you are. If you're the type of person who lets yourself get away with something one time, and you know that you're going to, keep doing it because you got away with it one time, then maybe not so much for you. Yep. Yeah, definitely be careful. But if you have enough knowledge to know that, okay, I can do this once in a blue moon and everything will be fine. Or if you are very, like, scientifically David with your macros and you can fit it in, then God bless you. But, like, for me, I haven't had, but I have gone to 3 fast food places in the last 6 years.
Really?
Okay? I don't do fast food. I wasn't a big fast food guy. I was a big Taco Bell guy. Like, wasn't a big McDonald's guy. Wendy's was like a once in a blue moon type of thing for me.
Yep.
Burger King sucked forever. But Taco Bell was my jam. But so I've gone to 3, 4. In-N-Out when I was in Cali, because that was a must have.
You have to.
Didn't get it on the bun.
Okay. Did you get animal style?
Yes.
Obviously. Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure. And rate that for me, please.
Oh, I would rate the burger?
Yeah.
8.2.
8 point. Okay.
Maybe the bun would have changed it. Maybe would have gave it a little higher score.
Delicious.
But yeah, I enjoyed In-N-Out. Anyway, so In-N-Out, 5 Guys.
Okay.
Again,
which is basically In-N-Out.
Which is basically In-N-Out. Again, I do that gourmet style, which is no bun, onions, bacon, maybe cheese, little double action, no bun. What am I up to? 3. You can see how good I am at math. 3 grilled nuggets from Chick-fil-A. If you're in a bind,
grilled nuggets from Chick-fil-A, titties. It's an easy way out.
I've done it. I've had to do it on the road. Perfectly good to go.
Yep.
And last but not least, the magical thing that is called Chipotle. Now, I've gotten into arguments with people that Chipotle is not.
You call Chipotle fast food?
Well, yeah. See, I knew we were going to get here.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, listen, it's made in front of you. They use real things, so I guess it's not.
Yeah, I wouldn't put. I would say your Doba, your Chick-fil-A or your Chipotle, those are food fast, not fast food.
You said Qdoba?
Yeah, Doba and Chipotle are basically the same thing.
Yeah.
But that general, like, it's pre-cooked in an assembly line, yes, but it's not.
But it's cooked on a grill right there. Like,
Yeah,
I've watched it happen.
Yeah, it's not like it's microwave from a bag, like
No.
Taco Bell, where they're slurping out this beef juice in a vat and then like putting it in a vat, and you're just like, what the frick is?
But
this?
those in a bind, you're in a bind, you're on the road, or you
honestly, my
like
favorite combo there, Chick-fil-A, is a grilled nugget, a 4-piece chicken strip, and then one Chick-fil-A sauce. You'll hit your macros perfectly. It's like 650 calories, probably it's like 60 grams of protein, 25 fat, and like 30 carb.
And the grilled nuggets are
they're delicious, and it's a good. And if you can handle a little more calorie and a little more carb, you can do 2 4-piece chicken strips. But I usually do a 4-piece chicken strip and nugget, just to kind of make my nutrition a little cleaner.
I do like 2 8-piece grilled nuggets, no fries, no nothing.
Yep.
And I pop them like fucking M&M's.
But again, like, do you know how many it would take to overeat on that? Oh my gosh, each one of those is like 100 calories.
Yeah, I don't even think they hit a 200 calorie mark for an 8-pack.
No, probably because it's like a 8-pack is probably maybe 2 grilled chicken breasts, maybe 2 grilled chicken breasts.
Yeah,
that's it. Like, now the only thing now your question is your sauce. Like, that's where you're going to get your calories, because it's a lot of the sauces have a lot of fat in them.
Mustard.
Oh, you're clean with mustard.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And barbecue sauce, I mean, there's a little bit of sugar, but barbecue sauce is a clean one. The Chick-fil-A sauce is one of the worst for you. It's the most fattening.
But did you see that G. Hughes just came out with a Chick-fil-A sauce?
Really?
You know who G. Hughes is, right? Ooh, G. Hughes, bro. I got to put you on. It's either low sugar or no sugar condiments. They're really good. They have a honey mustard. They have a ketchup. They have barbecue sauce. They just came out with a Chick-fil-A sauce. His shit is good.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was like a Food Network chef for like half a minute, and then he was a diabetic, and he just made all this good.
Low sugar.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Give me one. Give me something in the fitness, nutrition, weight loss space that is demonized.
I half want to say fat burners. I really do.
As in they're demonized?
No, well, like, I know people that have had success with them, but I think they're full of shit. Like, I do think that fat burners are absolute garbage, and they're absolute garbage science.
Oh yeah, they're horrible science, and there's super
and I feel like you're just throwing
you.
your money. Yeah.
But I will say fat burners, the one thing it can do, it's like nicotine. Guess what? Whether you like to know it or not, nicotine curbs appetite.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, guess what?
About all that.
It does. I'm
going to be really honest. A lot of people don't know this. I was a smoker for a really long time. Nah, I'm still eating.
Didn't help you? Okay. Well,
I vape now.
But there's a lot of people that nicotine helped them with hunger.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me.
It's a nasty. But again, nicotine helps with hunger, so let's smoke cigarettes.
Well, but I know that was the mantra in the 80s.
Yep. Yeah, the same thing in that standpoint of just like, I think the same thing with fat burners. Fat burners with all the caffeine, with all this kind of stuff, it may help curb appetite, which then can help you lose some weight. But at the same time, it's like, and then your heart friggin' stops because you just took in 3,000 milligrams of caffeine. So
I'm trying to think, what's another good one that's demonized a lot?
I know one that's going to hit with you. I think so many people do need to hear this. The demonization of carbs.
Oh yes. Carb fear is real.
Fear is real. And this idea, if you've been in the keto game, and especially if you've lost a significant amount of weight in the keto game, keto, again, I sit down the middle with, I've gotten some pretty heated discussions with nutritionists that I respect, because like they're very logical in their standpoint. It's not like a freaking, there's some nutritionists out there that are basically zealots. But like, keto has its place. Like there's no question that like keto has some great foundation scientifically to it. But this idea that it's quote unquote carbs that are making you fat It's just not freaking true. It's overeating is what's making you fat.
And this is really big in the weight loss, the WLS community, the VSG community. I personally know because it was me for a very long time. I was super, scared of carbs.
Me too.
I had cut carbs to nothing. Like I was on no carbs for like 2 years straight, just rocking it. Like I would never say I was keto, but yeah, I guess I was technically pretty much a keto kind of sort of person.
I was 100% keto for quite a while.
So like when I first reintroduced carbs, I was scared to death. And I had very long, heated arguments with my trainer over it. Me and Steve would battle over the fact that he was trying to make me eat, not even like 3 ounces of rice. And I would freak the hell out, there's still times where I really don't like to eat more than that, but I know how my body functions now and I know how my body feels when I do certain things. So like, I don't go over the top with carbs, but I definitely have way more carbs than I used to back then. Or I have the same amount of carbs, but I just eat them more frequently, if that makes sense. I'm actually about to up my carbs right now. So I still kind of do like 3 ounces to, half a cup of white rice when I meal prep per meal.
Okay.
And I'm about to do full cup for each meal. And it's about to get about to get a little nutty.
It's I'm going up to a cup of rice, but that's always so interesting too, like on a one-to-one basis, because it's like individualized, because there are some bodybuilders out there. There are some people that have never had like massive weight loss transformations. And you talk about how we function on, say, 100 grams of carbs or 200 grams of carbs, and they eat that per meal.
Yeah.
And they're putting in 400, 500, 600, 700 grams of carbs a day. And I'm like, I couldn't even wrap my head around eating that many carbs.
Me neither.
And I'm like, and they're losing weight doing that. I'm like, you're out of your freaking mind. There's no way I could do that. But with that being said, the idea that carbs in and of themselves are demonized for making you fat is just horseshit.
Eat the fucking potato. Someone wise once told me eat the fucking potato.
It's okay to eat a potato from time to time. It's not. Now, with that being said, I do like to say within the carb world, I think fats are definitely the easiest to overeat, just because of how many calories there are in fat. Like if you just drink a bunch of freaking olive oil, guess what? You're going to get fat pretty quick.
You might have the shits too.
You might have the shits. But I would say carbs are the second biggest, where it's like, I could just eat carbs all day long and not feel full off of it. I just don't.
See, that's me with protein.
You can take that. How much protein do you take in a day?
I don't weigh out my protein, but I strictly eat like a lot of fucking protein, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I put down 270 grams of protein a day usually. And between 240 and 290.
You have to understand, even when I'm done eating my solid proteins, like I'm having a protein shake either in the morning or after the gym religiously, 2 scoops of protein, and then anything that you would consider a snack is a protein snack in my house. It's either a keto snack or a protein snack. So I'm protein.
I would love to know what your actual like if you were to weigh it out and like what it is.
So would I. But I fucked up my digestive system like 2 years ago because of that.
Eating too much protein?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I gave myself an abscess in my colon.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
I've never heard that's actually another one that gets demonized.
My colon?
Well, that too. That's a whole different reason. No, just the idea of overeating protein.
Yeah, no, you'll just shit it out.
Yeah, well, there was this whole bullshit time period where it's like, oh yeah, overeating protein can cause kidney failure. No, it doesn't. No, it's fucking ridiculous. You know how much protein you'd have to eat? It's a sickening amount of protein to cause kidney failure.
Yeah.
Now, it's not good for people that are in kidney failure. That's a whole different.
That's a different ballgame.
That's a whole different ballgame. If your kidneys are functioning fine, you're not going to overeat protein. Like you're just not going to do it.
Oh, I have a good one. The demonized like times of eating.
Oh yeah, demonizing eating at night,
dude. I
fucking ridiculous.
I battle with my father-in-law over this all the time. Battle. Oh, you can't eat after 7 o'clock. Your body has no fucking idea what time it is right now. I didn't have dinner yet, sir. I don't care if it's 9 o'clock. I don't care if it's 11:45 at night. I'm starving and I'm eating.
No, yeah, your brain, your body just knows if you eat after 9 o'clock,
instant
sir,
fat
straight to your butt cheeks.
Yep.
Gone.
I wish they'd go to my butt cheeks.
I have way too big of an ass.
Do you?
I have literally a dump truck for an ass.
That's great.
I'm just saying.
Honestly,
like, I get this all the time from. I was just in Wisconsin and I had a pair of jeans on, and one of my old college roommates, Troy, and Troy looks at me and goes, "David, you have a fucking dump truck," and I'm like, "Damn straight I do."
Dude, if it wasn't for the extra skin on my waistline in the back, I don't think it would look like I have an ass. Like,
that's too funny.
I just straight back. I am straight back.
That's fine. Yep. I think that's a good one to end it on too. Like, demonizations is like eating at night is bad for you, or like causes you to gain fat. It's like, no, again, overeating, eating more calories in a day than you burn is what makes you fat consistently. Again, that's what I like to say too. Consistently overeating, and guess what? Guess how do you lose weight, body fat? You have to consistently undereat your calories.
Yes. Like,
and again, it's not a 1-to-1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days. It's weeks. It's months at a time. I actually just had a discussion with one of my buddy's wives. I was like, she was freaking out about losing weight. She's trying to lose weight. And so like, I've been trying to like give her some pointers, and all of a sudden she just kept doing it for long enough. And then boom, she lost like 2.5 inches on her waist all over. And now she's like, because the number on the scale wasn't changing, and she was freaking out. And I'm like, well, you're working out more and you're eating less. You're probably gaining you're probably getting muscle at the same time you're losing fat. And so you're going to be deceived for a little bit. Like, she only needed to lose 20 pounds. We're not talking huge amount of weight here. So you may not notice it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, there it is. Look at you. You're right. I'm like, yeah, I know.
I think that there's so many more.
There's so
but I think that that's a really good place to
start.
Kind of put a button on this podcast. But I will say this: if you guys have any other ones that you think are really good, drop them in the comments of the video, or maybe
if you're on YouTube.
Of what
go to YouTube and comment. Like, I love hearing people's content, like people's comments to the podcast. Our viewership has gone quite towards the audio version only, which is tough because I like to see people's comments on the YouTube version.
Yeah.
So if you're on the audio version and you have a comment, go to the YouTube version so you can comment below some of those different demonizations of the weight loss, fitness, nutrition space.
Absolutely. All right, guys. A couple of things to run down as per usual. You can find us each and every single Wednesday night on the ALG community call, and that community call is absolutely free. It goes down each and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific. You can get to that by going to www.accountable-lifegroup.com, clicking on the events tab, and hopping right into that Zoom link. If you're interested on coaching, we have one-on-one and group coaching, all customizable, personalized for you, your goals, and what you're trying to do. To get that, you go to www.algcoaching.com. The Accountable Life Group Journal is available on Amazon.com. We'll have a link below for that. And as you heard at the top of the podcast, you can save 20% off your entire order at Redcon 1 by going and using promo code T20JARPS. That's T20JARPS. That is right. It's JARPS. And if you're watching this on YouTube, we appreciate you. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you are listening to this on the podcast, 5-star rate and review. Please 5-star rate and review. I'm begging you. I want to read them.
I'm not begging you.
Talk about them. I'm begging. Okay.
He begs.
He
I don't
thinks
beg.
he's too good enough to beg.
I'm too good to beg.
I'm begging. Okay. Fuck it. I'm gonna stick my tail between my legs right now. I'm gonna beg you.
Please, sure.
Please, 5-star rate and review us. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys as always. We will see you next week. Stay beautiful, stay sexy, stay accountable.
Toodles.